At the University of Huddersfield, we pride ourselves on the global impact of our research that we do here. Can you tell us what sort of impact the work of Non-in-3 has had in Uganda?
Thank you very much. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Angela Nakafero. I'm from Uganda. I work as the Commissioner on Gender and Women Affairs, Minister of Gender, Labour, Social Development. I've been part of Non-in-3 program in Uganda, and particularly the pro-social gaming, where we are using ICTs in terms of creating awareness and promoting change for the prevention and response to gender-based violence, particularly in terms of ending child marriage and teenage pregnancy. So the program in Uganda has raised a lot of awareness on the need for us to look at teenage pregnancy and child marriage as a violation. I'm glad that we had some challenges during COVID. Cases increased, but the pro-social gaming was very key in terms of sending out the right messages to the different listeners, to the different stakeholders. For the girls, it's about seeking services. For the parents, it's about supporting the young girls to thrive through that very challenging experience. And for the government of Uganda, taking actions. I'm glad to inform the listeners that we so far have taken a new policy direction on allowing these young girls to go back to school, and also calling on parents to support and other service providers. So the pro-social gaming has had quite a lot of impact. I'm just looking forward to the new phase where we'll be able to see the kind of changes, measure the real impact in the lives of the young girls and their families in terms of awareness around these vices, awareness on the basic needs and services the young girls definitely have to access, but also taking the advocacy at a higher level. Currently, we are doing a national campaign on ending child marriage and teenage pregnancy, part of the ripple effects of the program.
Fantastic. What lessons can be learned from the work that Non-in-3 has done so far in Uganda?
There are quite a number of lessons. One lesson is the fact that we need to work as a team. Whether it's government, whether it's parents, whether it's the schools themselves, whether they are service providers, we need to work as a team. We also need to start looking at the social behavior change of the perpetrators, because quite often they can subject one girl to sexual violence and then they continue. But once we engage them to change the behavior, then we'll be able to move the agenda really to ensure that they change from being perpetrators to allies that can support us in terms of the fight. For the girls, the lesson has been really in terms of looking at her as a human being who is entitled to services and support.
That's perfect. If you could give one piece of advice to our students here as they leave education to go out into the world, what would the one piece of advice to them be?
For me, the piece of advice I want to really take across is the fact that we are all entitled to a safe home, safe learning environment, safe communities, and of course all of us have a role to play in terms of complementing government's efforts. Change starts with me and you by saying no to sexual and gender-based violence.